What's going on, YouTube? Welcome to another video. It's a pleasure to have all of you here today. I would really like to get this message out because it's been sitting on my head for some time, and I feel that some of these rants, some of these little conversations that I have with myself to the camera can be a benefit to you because I've seen the benefits that it's had in my life, and I'd like to portray this message of choosing our hard and choosing the difficulties in life that we ultimately choose to partake in, right? So what do I mean by that, right? Let's break this down. So my thought process in life is that one way or another, there are going to be difficulties. There are going to be things that you and I and every single person you know go through that we ultimately have the decision and we have the free will to figure out and ask ourselves what it is that we want our hard or our difficulty in life to be, right? And what I mean by that is, say for example, you have someone that chooses to go to the gym, right? Well, they choose to go to the gym because they want to be healthier. They want to have the added benefit of looking aesthetic. They want to have the added benefit of feeling better about themselves mentally, spiritually, emotionally, so on and so forth. And so as a result, they choose to go to the gym. Well, we all know going to the gym is difficult, okay? And we all know that it's one of those things that we tend to not always want to do, right? Because of the difficulty that it actually entails. But let's flip it on its head here and let's choose the guy that doesn't work out, right? Well, he doesn't go to the gym because he doesn't want to inherently be in that area because it's difficult, right? It's a hard setting to acclimate to. You know, you're lifting heavy weights, you're pushing heavy metal, you're around a lot of people. You know, if you're not a social being, it may be difficult for you, so on and so forth, right? And so those things are hard. And so he chooses not to do that, right? So in the grand scheme of things, you look and in the moment, that individual that chooses not to go to the gym might be happy. Right? In that moment, they actually might feel good. They might feel almost a dopamine hit to some varying degree because they didn't go to the gym, because they didn't have to partake in that hard thing, right? But let's break this down a little bit further and let's go to the guy that chose to go to the gym, right? Well, in that moment, it may fucking suck. He may not even want to be there. He may not want to be close to the fucking gym. He may be very similar to the guy that chose to not go to the gym. But what's the difference between the two, right? What is the varying obvious quality that the guy that went to the gym has compared to the guy that didn't go to the gym? Well, he has perseverance, right? He did what was difficult. He did what was hard regardless of how he felt, right? He weighed out his options. He weighed out his varying different things that he could have ultimately done. And he chose in his best interest based off the goals, based off his morals, based off his values, so on and so forth, that it was in his best interest to go to the gym, regardless of it being hard or not, okay? And so when you look at that story and you look at that example, right, you can apply that example to multiple different areas in life and multiple different areas and facets in life, right? You can apply it to, you know, you got the guy that does his homework and doesn't do his homework. You got the guy that works on his business and doesn't work on his business. You got the guy that has the hard conversation with a family member that he knows he has to have, but he doesn't, right? Or a friend or so on and so forth. My point is that in each particular circumstance, each individual is choosing their hard. They're choosing their difficulties. They're choosing what it is that they actually want to do in a day's time, whether it be easy or difficult. And here's the reality. The guy that went to the gym looks at the world differently than the guy that didn't. Why? Because the guy knows that if he keeps going to the gym, at some point it won't be hard. It won't be difficult, right? It will be easy at some point if he compounds that act day in and day out as a result of going in, pushing the metal, pushing the hard shit, going through the shit. He will ultimately become better. His life will be easier as a result of that. He won't have joint issues. He'll be healthier. He'll be happier. He'll be able to pick up his kids, his grandkids, so on and so forth later on in life because he chose to do what was hard now. But you reverse it and you look at the guy that chose to not go to the gym, and you quickly realize that although in that moment he may be feeling like things are easy, he may be feeling like things are good, we all know how that story plays out. That man can't pick up his kids. That man can't pick up his grandchildren because he's in the fucking hospital. My point is, we choose our hard in life. We choose also what is easy in life. And you are ultimately the individual in this world that is going to choose what it is that they do in a day's time. No one else is going to fucking tell you to go to the gym. No one else is going to tell you to have that hard conversation. No one else is going to tell you to ultimately work on your business, but you will. And here's the reality. You have to ask yourself, and this is a question that I want all of you to ask yourself while watching this video right now. Pause it. and ask yourself, write it down. What is my heart? And am I doing it? Right? What are you choosing to do in your day? Right? What are the different things that you're partaking in? What are the little dopamine hits that you're giving yourself, knowing that you're not delaying gratification and that you're allowing yourself to partake in these habits that ultimately get you the easy way out, right? Give you the path more taken as opposed to the narrow path, the guy that goes to the gym, right? As opposed to the guy that doesn't. Where are you going to be in the next 10 years? Where the fuck are you going to be? Do you think you're going to be any closer to your goals if you're doing what's easy all the fucking time? You're not. And you know it, but you do it because it's easy. You do it because it feels good. You do it because it's a dopamine hit, right? But here's the reality. I want all of you to know that if you're taking the easy way out, you will have a day that comes where it will be hard. That's just the reality. You will have a day where it is going to be fucking difficult to get through the days because you chose to take the easy way out earlier in life. You chose to drink that extra drink of alcohol. You chose to not go to the gym, right? You chose these things that ultimately felt easy in the moment, but didn't foresee the future and were able to see the fact that it's not going to be easy that way all the time forever. And so my point is, if you're the individual that goes to the gym when it's hard, if you're the individual that goes and works on his business when it's hard, if you're the individual that goes to school when it's hard, if you do these things that ultimately don't feel good in the moment, but you're able to foresee the future and project what your life will be like as that compounds day in and day out, you will quickly realize that as life goes on, it will become easier. So, once again, the whole point of this video, the whole encompassing idea here is that we are the dictators of whether our life is hard or difficult. And we get to choose our hard. We get to choose our easy. We get to choose what we ultimately want for our future. And if you're taking the easy way out, I promise you, and you know it too, deep down, you're just lying to yourself that life will eventually be difficult. Life will be hard. So where do we go from here, right? What's the solution? I'm not just going to leave you with that. What's the solution? Well, you need to start doing things that are difficult. You need to put yourself out of your comfort zone. You need to be willing to delay gratification, work on the hard things now so you can reap the fruits later. Because if you expect to reap the fruits by taking the easy way out all the time and taking the path of most traveled, right? The people that are ultimately the 99% doing the things that they do day in and day out, taking that gratification, right? Watching the porn, it's taking another sip of alcohol, whatever the fuck it is, eating the junk food. My point is that they're choosing it because it's easier. It's more convenient now until they're 50, 60 and they're reaping the bad benefits of the fact that they partake in those habits now. So you all need to choose. And that's the reality of this video, is that I encourage all of you to start doing what's hard. Start doing what's difficult. Start doing what doesn't feel good right now, but no, if you just foresee the future a little bit clearer and you realize that you'll be closer to your goals if you're doing what's hard now, and will be reaping the benefits and the fruits of your labor as a result, you'll want to do what's hard all the fucking time. And so, guys, it's just a simple message that's been on my head. I've been grinding in my business, and I had struggled with this for so long. And I want to be honest with you guys, because I don't have it all figured out. I don't have every blueprint, and I'm 23. I'm doing well for myself. I'm grateful by the grace of God that He has allowed me to have what I have. But you have to realize I was in the same spot. I didn't even have the mindset of delaying gratification, of doing what's difficult now and reaping the benefits later. I didn't have that mindset. I had the mindset of the 99%, right? You guys can all be part of that 1% mentality. And it's just a mentality. It doesn't mean financially in the 1%. It doesn't mean any of that. You can shift your perspective and your reality with the snap of a finger if you just think differently. And if you take the time to adapt different mindsets, right? Different thought processes. And through this YouTube video, if I could have been of any service to you today, right? Any service at all. And if you could take one thing from this video, it's to do what's difficult. Because I promise you, the fulfillment, the feeling of purpose, the feeling of love in the universe that you will feel from doing what's difficult now and being able to reap the easy benefits later, I promise you guys, you will have more of a fulfilling life and you'll just be a happier person. And so I wanted to get that message out today because my whole goal for this channel is to be transparent with you and let you know that I've been in the same spot that you've been in. I've been in the same dump that some of you might be in this moment. And if you're doing great in the world, keep doing it, guys, right? I speak to all groups of individuals, those that are struggling, those that are doing well. You have to understand that I'm here for you. And I'm here to convey this message, to encourage all of you that if you're doing what's hard now, to keep fucking going and to keep at it, because I promise you it will pay off. And I speak to all of you that aren't doing that, because I was there too. I was in that position. I was in that mindset. I had adapted that through compounded interest of listening to individuals that weren't aligned with my goals, that had no correlation with where I wanted to be later in life. And as a result, I ended up where I didn't want to be. And so I assure all of you, if you just do what's difficult, you will get much of a greater benefit in life in general, and you'll just be happier. So God bless all of you. Hopefully that wasn't too rough. Hopefully that got the message across. I believe in all of you. We all struggle, but we all can get through it. And I believe in every single one of you. So God bless. Have a great night. See you.